Grant Smith has been knocking on the Player of the Year door for quite some time. 2025 is different. He elevated his game to new heights, and with that, broke through for 2 late victories and punched his ticket to the United States Mid-Amateur Championship. Shortly after he qualified for the U.S. Mid-Am, I ran into Grant's dad, Steve. I congratulated him on Grant qualifying for the USGA Championship, and he shared with me their motto of "Leave no doubt." Grant closed out that U.S. Mid-Am qualifier with 4 straight birdies to post a back 929. At the National Championship, he made it through stroke play and advanced to the round of 32, nearly to the round of 16. Grant left no doubt that he was our Player of the Year in 2025. Let's see what his friends have to say about his breakthrough season.
Met Grant a couple of years ago at the Fort Dodge Am. Saw the guy walking up to the range, and I was like, who is this 7-foot-tall monster?
I mean, he's an elite amateur golfer at the end of the day. To be a good elite amateur golfer, especially with a full-time job, you have to use your time really wisely, which clearly he must do.
When you looked at Grant this year, you could tell there was maybe a little something different. He kind of had that look in his eye that he was, on a mission.
He's really, really consistent. There's nothing that stands out that he doesn't do well.
He has a really level head, doesn't really get rattled at all.
I feel like he's just a competitor. He's always focused, and he hits the ball super solid.
He's just a really calm player. He keeps the ball in front of him. He's a great driver of the ball. He's a good putter.
He drives the ball really well. His iron and wedge game is really good, and his putting is obviously very, very good as well.
Typically drives it really well and putts really well.
Really doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and I feel like he's always looking for the right angle out there, trying to attack the hole a certain way.
He's a competitor and just simply never gives up.
I think he can just turn it off. He can get in go mode where he's playing in tournaments, and then, when it's just me, him, and Willis over at Waveland, including you, Charlie, he can just, lighten up, have a little bit of fun, and that really doesn't take away from the quality of his golf either, which is pretty surprising.
Grant and I both played the first practice round together at the U.S. Mid-Amateur. For me, that was a really fun experience, not because we were playing, in a big tournament together or anything like that. It was just getting to kind of know Grant, more as a person, and getting to kind of spend some good quality time together.
After the Mid-Am, we would just go out to eat and kind of just laugh about how hard it was with the conditions. And I think it's really fun to, talk about golf in a lighter manner, just because it is a game at the end of the day. And I really think that he understands that pretty well.
Remember a couple years back, I snaked him in a match play. And I feel like every time I've played Grant since, he has gone out of his way to beat me by 5 or 6 shots.
Well, this is something I didn't actually see myself. At the U.S. Mid-Am this year, they gave us cowboy hats as our tournament gift. But from what I understood, Grant wore his in the airport and on the plane home. So I would have loved to have seen that, just because he's a big, tall guy walking through the airport with a big cowboy hat on.
We were up in Minnesota for a USGA 4-ball qualifier. We finished. We were tied for alternate spots, so we had to go into a 3 or 4 team playoff. Ends up lasting 5 or 6 holes to secure second alternate for the 2026 USGA 4-ball. It's a memory I'll cherish forever.
Grant, congratulations again. It was a lot of fun competing against you this year. You played hard, you played well, always with a lot of class, and I really enjoyed it. And I want to wish you all the best this year, and I can't wait to play against you next year.
Grant, awesome to see you push through and win the Player of the Year in 2025. Very exceptional when you think of the competition in Iowa, and wish you the best going forward in 2026.
Grant, congratulations on winning the IGA Player of the Year. You deserve it. You're a hell of a player, and you're really good guy too.
Grant, congrats on 2025 Player of the Year. Super excited for you, and looking forward to playing more golf next year and for years to come. Well done.
Thank you, Carly, and thank you, everybody in the video. As I think about this year, I just wanted to say thank you to so many people who helped me achieve this award. And first, I want to start by thanking the IGA staff, Chad, Caitlin, Carly, Nate, Clint, Paige, and the interns this year, of course, Erica, Riley, and Ashton. Thank you so much for all that you do. You put on so many great events for us, and we're very lucky to have each and every one of you, so thank you very much for all that you do. Along with that, I'd like to thank all of the volunteers Whether it's Cleo starting you on the first tee, or it's John out there with his binoculars helping you find an errant tee shot. You guys, the events would not be possible without all of you, so thank you so much for taking the time to help us out with that. Next, I want to thank my friend Jordan, who caddied for me this year at the US Mid Amateur. I met Jordan a couple years ago, and we play a lot of golf together. And he's a great friend, and he's always there for you. And no exception this year when I asked him to caddy for me. I told him it would be in Arizona and it'd be really hot, and he didn't back down from that. And actually, I was the one who about went down after the second practice round. I went and got an IV. I wasn't feeling so good, and there was no way I could have made it around there without him. And so thank you to Jordan. He's not here tonight, but he helped me a lot, so thank you. Next, I want to thank my parents and my brother. You guys have done a ton to support me throughout not only golf, but my entire life. And Dad, you're in a sling right now. You didn't get a caddy for me a ton this year, maybe not as much as I would have liked or you would have liked, but when I think about, you'll be ready next year once we get out of the sling, but when I think about a story that kind of encompasses all you guys have done for me, I think about a couple years ago, I had qualified for the US Amateur, and my dad, of course, was on the bag for that qualifier, and was up at Coldwater, but you would have thought it might have been Arizona with how hot it was that day. And it was the last day that there was a 36-hole one-day qualifier, and I don't know who drug who around those last few holes, but you kept me focused, and there's no way I would have made it without you. Qualifying for an event like that is not necessarily something you plan for, and the tournament was maybe a month later, and my dad was going to caddy for me in that event. There's no way he would have missed it. And the only problem was he had a seminar in Dallas, Texas that ended the evening before the first practice round. And he drove overnight from Dallas to Denver to be there with me. Rolled into the parking lot of the hotel at 4 a.m. We left for the golf course at 6 a.m. I don't know how you did it that day, but I got paired with 3 players who were far better than me and had a lot of experience in events like that. And I was a bit nervous, even in a practice round to say the least, just to be playing on that golf course with those players. And you being there meant a ton. On top of that, I was spraying the golf ball all over the golf course, and the rough wasn't exactly what you would call findable. And you did a lot of work that day to make sure we had enough golf balls to make it through the event. So thank you for finding all those golf balls, and also just marking out the golf course, making sure I'm practicing the right shots, helping me with course strategy. You did more for me than those other 3 caddies in our group combined, all on 2 hours of sleep. I'm not sure how you did it, but fast forward to the event, my mom was able to fly out and watch me as well. Her support meant a lot. And my brother told me if I made match play, he would find a way to be there. And I played well the first day. And going into my last 9 holes the second day, I was 1 shot inside the cut line. And I'm glad I didn't know this at the time, but he started driving from Minnesota out to Denver when I had 9 holes left to play. That's a lot of confidence or stupidity, I'm not sure which. We'll go with confidence, I guess, to be nice to Nick, but he was driving down the road watching live scoring, and before long he found himself pulling off to the side of the road because things weren't looking as good as they did a little bit ago. I had made a couple bogeys and fallen outside the cut line, but with my dad on the bag, I was able to persevere and make birdie in one of my last 2 holes and make the cut on the number. And just like he said, my brother drove all through the night to be there and support me for the rest of that week. So you guys mean a lot to me, and that was just a great example of the length that you guys will go to support me. So thank you for all that you do. Lastly, I want to thank all the IGA competitors. I really like golf, but I love competing even more, and you guys make the events so special. There's so many great players and great people in the state of Iowa that play golf, and the events would not be the same without you. And I look forward to competing with you again next year. Thank you.